Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 players to avoid for the 2018-2019 fantasy basketball season. Let's go! Boom! That's ezBUCKETz. So this year I created a list of 5 players who this year will not be effective for your fantasy teams. These players are still going to be decent fantasy basketball players for you, but I do not recommend you picking up these players in your top 6 or top 7 players in your fantasy league. So without further ado, let's go straight to the point and giving you the 5 players you try to avoid on draft day. But you know what, guys, if worst comes to worst and you have to draft them, you have to. But if there are better options on that draft roster, pick somebody else rather than these players. The first player on this list is Carmelo Anthony, now of the Houston Rockets. You guys don't know this already. Carmelo Anthony was traded from the Thunder all the way to the Hawks and then got released from the Hawks and got re-signed by the Houston Rockets. He led the team of a duo of Russell Westbrook and Paul George to now enter a smarter and a better combo of Chris Paul and James Harden. The problem with Melo on the Thunder is that he was very selfish and did not fit in the system because there was also 2 players above him that had the ball possession more. He's entering the same situation, similar to that situation, and now he's going to be in a position where he needs to be able to fit in properly and not get mad if he does not start on his team. Last year for the Thunder, he averaged 16 points and 6 rebounds, guys, and had a career low of 40% field goal percentage. But this year, I believe he will not be doing anything for you in your fantasy leagues and should be drafted 8th round and later. He's ranked 96 this year overall in projected rankings, and I believe this year by the end, he will not even be in the top 100 in fantasy basketball. So avoid Carmelo Anthony if you can, but if you need a late round small forward, power forward, Carmelo Anthony might do you justice by giving you about 14 points a game and about 5 rebounds. But watch out for his field goal percentages. Second player is Hassan Whiteside of the Miami Heat, rumored to be traded everywhere. Hassan Whiteside is a great player and a great fantasy player when it comes to double-doubles, field goal percentage, rebounds, guys. But remember, Hassan Whiteside has many weaknesses. 1, injuries. 2, his free throw percentage. And 3, his history with Miami Heat is really going downhill. Last year, he missed almost half of the season and did not play as well as we thought he would be to be a top 20 player in fantasy basketball. This year, he's ranked 86 in projected rankings, guys, and I believe this year, he will probably be traded out of the Miami Heat, going to a team that already has a center, and he will be a backup center because Hassan Whiteside is slowly falling down the rankings. If you need a late big in the 6th or 7th rounds, Hassan Whiteside might do you justice, but just be careful that the rumors out there are really towards him being traded from the Miami Heat. The third person on this spot is Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors. Kyle Lowry is a great point guard and a great leader in real life, guys. But when it comes to fantasy basketball, his stock is slowly decreasing year after year, also by age. With DeMar DeRozan gone, Kyle Lowry is still at the Raptors. There are many signs and many options that can make Lowry lose some value. One is Fred VanVleet re-signing. VanVleet seems to be that future point guard of the team, and also they have DeLon Wright as well. While they have 3 specific good point guards, Dwayne Casey likes to use the rotation well between those 3 point guards, depending on the situation. Last year, we saw Kyle Lowry's numbers dip most because the year before he was averaging over 20 points, but last year he only averaged 16 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 6.9 assists, which is really disappointing for fantasy players who drafted Kyle Lowry in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. This year, I believe Kyle Lowry is a 4th round fantasy player, and if you have a chance to get him in the 4th round, that is a steal, but 3rd round, that is way too early for Kyle Lowry's value. The 4th player is Dwight Howard of now the Washington Wizards. Dwight Howard is now the new starting center of the Washington Wizards, guys. But the reason why Dwight Howard is on this list is because the Washington Wizards has a playing style of playing fast-paced basketball. And even last year with Marcin Gortat did not really get the ball unless it was a pick-and-roll offense. Dwight Howard usually likes to play back-to-basket plays, and John Wall and Bradley Beal will not be stopping their offensive tempo to get Dwight Howard comfortable. Dwight Howard might be there for a 10 and 10 double-double nightly basis, but he will not be a dominant fantasy player as he was last year because he averaged 16.6 points and 12.5 rebounds with 2.6 blocks with the Charlotte Hornets. And last but not least, the 5th person on this list is Gordon Hayward of the Boston Celtics. Gordon Hayward is a big mystery when it comes to fantasy basketball, guys. The Boston Celtics have a situation where they have Jason Tatum, they have Marcus Smart, they have Jaylen Brown, so many players in that team that could take away Gordon Hayward's value. Especially him coming off a really big injury last year. We don't know if he's going to start. We don't know how many minutes he's going to play, how many minutes restriction he's going to play. So I suggest you avoid Gordon Hayward, guys. But if you can get Gordon Hayward in the 7th or 8th later rounds, that's the most I would grab him at. But any higher, that is not safe because Gordon Hayward is a good fantasy player when healthy. But we don't know about his health and his situation with the Boston Celtics right now.
I believe if he is healthy, Gordon Hayward could be easily a 20+ point player. But now with the situation with Jason Tatum there, Jaylen Brown, you really want to avoid that situation there because they're really like a mini Golden State Warriors.
And I hope you guys really enjoyed that list, guys. I hope you guys agree to what I was saying, guys. These 5 players, as I mentioned earlier, they're not bad fantasy players, guys, but there's so many risks towards them that you don't want to be dealing with in your fantasy season, especially if you want a consistent and a well-rounded team. All these players are going to give you trouble, but also going to give you blowout games and great games. But remember, guys, in my opinion, fantasy basketball, you need players that are consistent throughout each single game. If you're watching this video, guys, hit that thumbs up button if you love fantasy basketball, and also subscribe if you want to hear more about fantasy basketball. And just if you love basketball, subscribe to ezBUCKETz. If there are any players that I missed, put it down in the comment section down below. And if you have any questions, also put that down in the comment section down below. But other than that, guys, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you next time on ezBUCKETz. Woo!
Friends and the family, do it for the friends of the family. Friends of the family, do it for the friends of the family. Who else? Friends of the family, do it for the friends of the family. Friends of the family. You don't know them, you don't know me, man.